Sunday night football. I'll tell you what, it ended just like it came in, right? I'll tell you what, Thursday night, Friday night, took a little break on Saturday. Probably should have took a break on betting too. College football was not friendly to me at all. Liberty. Oh, Liberty. Had a four-game parlay. All of them were dogs in that plus 150, plus 210 range on the money line and hit three out of four. And Liberty just Uh, anyway, nonetheless, wins, losses, where were we right, where were we wrong? Made a lot of picks. Picks were early because I was bored. Wanted to make some content for you guys, but I picked every single game, dropped through those real quick. My locks, not very good this week if you guys watched. Again, I'm going to put it a little bit on the fact that I did it too soon. Locks won't be coming out until Wednesdays from now on. Maybe drop another lock on a Friday or Saturday. Not even worry about locking the Thursday games. Maybe just have some separate content about the Thursday games. You guys seem to like the shorts. Maybe I'll just drop some stuff in the shorts about the Thursday games. Um, we'll see how it goes, right? It's first season that I'm putting content out every single week. So I'm learning as I go. Definitely going to make sure that I'm dialed in on the lines first and foremost. Locks, man, I had Miami plus 1.5. They lost by 25. Yeah. Anyway, KC thought that they were going to handle the Chargers just fine. I had them -3. They lost by 6. It's 9 points, really, if you do the math. Um, Detroit, I had them as a road dog plus 1.5. They were absolutely going to cover that against Green Bay. Then Micah got traded there. I don't think that Micah is the reason why Detroit lost by 14 points, but he was a part of it. That's for sure. um, no, I think that a hot take that I made that Detroit is going to miss the playoffs this year is absolutely possible. I think that my year-long predictions predicting Green Bay comes out of the NFC North as the NFC North champ, looking pretty good. So this one, putting this lock in again early, uh, I didn't feel good about it going into the game. So, uh, and then the last lock was Pittsburgh and the Jets. I had that as an under. Everybody went under. Everybody went under. It's just the way that week one happens. Week one happens. Defenses are ahead of the offenses. Unders hit in week one, except for that game. 66 total points, almost double the total. So, nonetheless, we picked all the games. Obviously, I picked Philly for the Thursday night matchup to start everything out, and they did exactly that. No big surprise there. Again, I've had KC -3 as a lock, so I obviously had KC winning that game on Friday night. That didn't happen, so I was 1-1 going into the weekend, going into Sunday. Um, I'm not sure where the delineation is between the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games, but I had Cincinnati over Cleveland. That's a win. Woohoo! I had Washington over the Giants. That's a win. Woohoo! I had Pittsburgh over the Jets. Another win. Scored a few more points than we thought. Last second kind of deal, but take the win. Arizona over New Orleans. Got the win there. Atlanta over Tampa Bay. Nah, I need to go back and actually look at that. I didn't watch that game that was going on during the Washington game. Full disclosure, 1 o'clock games when Washington's playing at 1 o'clock. I didn't get to see very much of it. I watched the Washington game from start to finish. That'll happen every week. Good news is um, Washington has a lot of standalone games this year. So not really sure what happened with the Atlanta Tampa Bay game. I know that Tampa Bay, their rookie went off and scored 2 touchdowns. Baker played well. I think he had 3 touchdowns. I don't have any of the stats in front of me, just from what I've been hearing. I'll go back, I'll watch it, give you a lot more feedback and insight. rolling into week 2. Carolina and Jacksonville. I had Carolina beating Jacksonville. They probably should have beat them. There was nothing impressive about Jacksonville. It's just there's absolutely nothing impressive about Carolina. That was a coin flip. Two bad teams. Let me see. Right, I think Carolina was at home. I don't know. There was a delay there. Maybe they were. I don't remember. I know there was a delay there. It was a funky game. That was 100% a coin flip. I lost the coin flip. Vegas over New England. Got that one right. Vegas coming to New England. Pretty interesting. Denver, Tennessee, that was my survivor pick, like many of you. Um, in both the pools that I'm in, they pulled it out. It's definitely a little bit more exciting than it needed to be, but I think Cam Ward played well. He's a rookie. Um, he showed some good stuff. I think towards the end of the year, middle of the year, Cam Ward's going to be good. So if you're playing, let's uh, let's do our survivor pool against Tennessee because they got a rookie quarterback. Better do that in the beginning of the season, not towards the end. I think he's a real deal. I had Seattle over San Francisco. Thinking back on it, maybe not, right? I wasn't sure about the health. Looks like a lot of people played for San Francisco. Um, there's a scare about Christian McCaffrey. Really wasn't a scare. Again, I didn't watch much of that game. I was dialed in on the Detroit and Green Bay game for some parlays that I had, and they didn't hit. But nonetheless, I was watching that game a little bit more than I was the Seattle San Francisco game. So don't really know, but I'll definitely dive more into that before next week. Detroit Green Bay. I had Detroit over Green Bay, and I'm not surprised. And we talked about our lock, and we talked about it already. I'm not surprised. I didn't feel good about that. I didn't think at the time that 1.5 points was very fair to them. It was for sure. They lost by 14. Um, then the Rams over Houston had that. The Rams are my pick for the NFC West. We'll see how it goes. I heard CJ didn't play that great. We'll see. And then Buffalo over Baltimore. I had Buffalo over Baltimore. I believe in Josh Allen. I said it earlier. Lamar is a great quarterback. I think, honestly, Baltimore dominated that game. I mean, they were up by 15 with like 4.5 minutes left, right? Like, there's a reason why they were up by 15 with like 4.5 minutes left. They dominated the game. They really did. Um, Derrick Henry, great game. Talk about a couple of the props that I hit. Um, I don't know where Mark Andrews went. Well, they had him getting 4 receptions. He only got one. I think he only got like one target. That wasn't great. But I did hit some other stuff that kind of helped me do a positive. Big time, actually. I ended up with about 7 units over the course of the weekend. Just a little bit of college football sprinkled in there, but honestly, that hurt my totals more than anything else. Um, yeah, it was an amazing game. I don't know that if Baltimore is down by 15 with 4.5 minutes left and the roles were reversed exactly, I don't know that Lamar brings them back. I do know that as soon as they scored, as soon as that fumble happened, I looked over and I said, they're winning this game. Josh is the real deal. There's a reason why he was the MVP. A couple of props that I hit. I really love doing the props. I'm a little bit of a degenerate when it comes to props, and when I'm especially live betting props, and just it's hard for me to watch games. Don't have any money on it, so I put some stupid bets out there. But I did hit quite a few props. I hit Jacoby Crosby Merritt or Bill for the Washington game. I had him at over 40 yards before the game, 40 plus um, before the game, about the same time that I was making my picks, just as a a little 1 unit bet. Came to find out that Chris Rodriguez was inactive, a healthy scratch. That right there told me to go back in, and I put 2.5 units on him. His total had gone up to 41 and a half. I pounded over on that as well. I think I let you guys know about that. That came to fruition for sure. So that was 3.5 units right there that paid out. That was great. Um, would have gotten a lot more on that Washington game. I try my best not to bet the Washington game on a side, um, just because I'm just a degenerate like that. I can't bet on my team. I just can't. Like if I would have bet Washington to even just on the money line on that game, they would have lost that game. Honestly, it was fourth quarter. They were only up by like 6 points or 8 points. It was 14-6. They ended up pulling it out farther at the end and coming through, but for the most part, they did not put the Giants away until the very end. It's kind of the cardiac commanders. Those had my heart going, nonetheless. But yeah, Terry McLaurin, huge disappointment for me. Um, just not really. Jaden said that he was getting doubled, so other guys stepped up and stuff like that. I respect that. I don't know that that's 100% true. I haven't seen, I haven't watched like the all 22 or anything like that to kind of really keep my eyes on them. Um, something was very telling was that Jalen Lane was out more out there on the field as a receiver more than Luke McCaffrey was. So that's interesting. If you're really, really a degenerate in Washington like I am, but yeah, I got a lot of things. Obviously, I watched that game start to finish, every single play, stopped, run, yelled, screamed, did everything that I could. So I know a lot more about that game than some of these other ones. Um, but yeah, if Terry would have gone out there and caught a touchdown, I would have I would have hit a couple of more of my parlays and things like that on the props. But Bill, super excited about him moving forward. I had Flacco for the Browns at 20 or 239 and a half over. I had JD5 at 228 and a half over. He cut it close, 233. But he hit that over. And then I had Will Disley in the Friday night game over 17 and a half. So that was actually boosted to plus 701. Hit that parlay on my props. So a little half unit times seven. That played out pretty well. I told y'all week one, these boosts, got to go and get them. Got to get them wherever you can. Barkley, anytime touchdown, was boosted to plus 100 Thursday night. That hit. Unfortunately, you can only bet $10. So free $10. Had Holly Run Brown on Friday night. I had him live bet at over 7.5 receptions. He hit that as well. That was a plus 110 when I bet it. So super happy about that. Then last night I hit Derrick Henry and James Cook anytime touchdown. I parlayed them together for 2.5 units at plus 236. Winner. And then I also put 2 full units on Lamar over 15 and a half is his longest rush. And I hit that at a minus 110. The last bet that I did do, I did put in, obviously, Denver was um, my pick for Survivor. Arizona was my other pick that I might have made for Survivor. And everybody was all over Dallas plus the points and this, that, the other. And I thought that was absolutely crazy. I knew that Philadelphia was going to either keep it close or they were going to demolish them, one or the other. I was not confident, especially after the fact that after Micah Parsons had gotten traded, I knew that the line was probably inflated, but at the same time, Philadelphia was going to win the game. I had no doubt about that whatsoever. So I teased all those Philadelphia to minus 1.5, Arizona to just minus a half, and Denver to minus 2.5, plus 140 on the teaser, hit it for 1.25 units. So, like I said, I ended up with about a plus 6.5, plus 7 unit day when everything was said and done. Definitely a lot of dumb bets out there. All of my locks were terrible. I completely understand. It's not a big deal. Just because it's my opinion doesn't mean it's right. Um, I'll try to do better next week, though. But until then, you guys rock on. Enjoy the Monday night game. I got Chicago over Minnesota. I have no props out right now. I will look into it later today. Probably do a short for you guys on that one.